Hey everyone, how are you doing? Today I'd like to practice a little bit of French again, and specifically I'd like to do some exercises on the different forms of the past. So right here I thought I would do this exercise. It's B1, 2, so not too difficult, but it mixes imparfait, passé composé and plus que parfait. So basically that's the past continuous, past simple, and the past perfect. There we go. You might remember this book from a previous video I've done. We've looked at this part here, passé composé. And I mentioned that there's quite a lot of theory in there, very detailed instructions. Usually starts off with very easy exercises. We did this one here on être ou avoir. And then we have the imparfait here with the different endings. So let's have a quick look at that. To form the imparfait, you would use the root of the second person plural of the present tense. So the easiest way to remember that is always to pick a word that's irregular and that you know, that you're familiar with. For example, vous êtes turns into j'étais. Right, so you use the E and T as a root to add the endings. The endings are A, I, S, again A, I, S, and then A, I, T. So these are for the singular. And for the plural, you would use I, O, N, S, I, E, Z. And for the third person, A, I, N, T. And from my understanding, it's used pretty much like the continuous form in English. So if you're a native English speaker, this probably comes quite easy to you. For me, as a native German speaker, it's something I have to keep practicing. But that's all right. So here you see there are some mixed exercises on imparfait, passé, composé. But I want to skip those. I think I should challenge myself a little more. I'm also going to add the plus que parfait. So the past perfect, meaning you use être or avoir in the imparfait. So était or avait. And you use the participe passé of the verb. So that's not too hard. The difficult part, I think, is always remembering how it works in the moment that you're using it. So especially when you're speaking, it's not always that easy to immediately think of the correct form. Alright, so we're going to do this exercise here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of exercises, always with 3 sentences. And we have a number of different words that are somewhat irregular. Their endings are RE, IR. We have 2 with SE. So definitely something to keep in mind. There's some irregularities. And because I don't always remember all the forms, I have this book here, Becherel, Le conjugaison pour tous. So you have all the different verbs in here, and you can just look up anything that you need with some grammar rules here in the back. Alright, so with rire, I know that the participle passé is R-I-T, but I'm not sure about the imparfait. So let's look that up. So here with R, R-E, quite a large section. R-I, where are we? Rémérence, regarder, ripérière. Here, page 75. Okay, that's a different word. Let's have a look again. Okay, maybe it just means it really works the same way. Ah, there we are. Okay, it's not the page, it's the number up here. My mistake. So where's the imparfait? Right here. Je riais, tu riais, il, elle riait. Nous rions, vous riez, il ou elle riait. So the root is RI, and in the nous and vous version we need two I's. So there's something to remember. Alright. So let's take the notes in here because there's not a lot of space in this book. We are on page 182 and it's the exercise number 34. A rire. Okay, let's read the three sentences first. Quand je suis entrée dans la salle, les gens, probablement parce que j'avais mis mon beau chapeau rose. 2. Quand je suis entrée dans la salle, les gens, j'ai demandé pourquoi. C'était à cause du chapeau de la fille qui était entrée juste avant moi. And 3. Je suis retournée à la réunion de la même salle cette semaine, mais il était triste. Il, la fois d'avant, mais seulement à cause de ce chapeau ridicule, et comme la fille n'est pas revenue. So, someone's entering a big hall, and people are laughing because of a hat, a pink hat. So let's see. Quand je suis entrée dans la salle, when I entered, les gens, so they started laughing here. So we would say les gens ont ri. Probablement parce que j'avais mis mon beau chapeau rose. Then in the second one, again, someone's entering, but the people are already laughing. So, les gens riaient, third person plural, because the girl with the funny hat entered just before. And then in the third sentence, we are in following year and everyone's looking sad. Last time, the year before, they had been laughing. So there would be ils avaient ri. I would say let's do the second one too, and then let's check if that was correct. So B is with applaudir, to applaud. So, quand je suis arrivée au théâtre, les gens m'ont dit que l'acteur venait juste d'entrer en scène. J'étais ravie parce que j'avais eu peur d'avoir manqué le début de la pièce. Number 2. Quand l'acteur est entré en scène, les gens, parce qu'ils l'attendaient avec impatience. Number 3. À la sortie, les gens étaient très contents du spectacle. Certains ont dit qu'ils avaient mal aux mains parce qu'il trop longtemps. The first one says, when I arrived at the theater, people were clapping. It's because the actor had just come on stage. So, les gens applaudissaient. So I think this is with 2 S. We'll see if I'm correct. Then we have quand l'acteur est entré en scène. So when the actor went on stage, people started clapping because they'd been waiting impatiently. So we would say les gens ont applaudi. And 3, this is after the show when people are exiting and they say their hands hurt because they've been clapping so much. Parce qu'ils avaient applaudi trop longtemps. So before we continue, let's quickly check if this is correct. We are here in Unit 15, le passé. And we have here 34. Okay, Henri. Without a T, oh no, I got the form wrong. Riait. Okay. And avait ri. Okay, this isn't too successful. I'm not sure about this one. Because here on the one hand it says les gens ont, so plural, but then here we put les gens riaient in the singular, so I think there's something wrong with the solution here. Let's put a question mark. Then we have les gens applaudissaient, again in the plural, that's correct. Les gens ont applaudi and avaient applaudi. Okay, that looks better. And I think this is really an issue with the solutions. Okay, let's put that here so we find it a little faster. Then we have sortir. Not sure I remember how to use sortir. Let's see. Yes. There we are. Soutenu, souper, soncher, associé. There we are, sortir. 36. So it works just like sentir. You see you have it listed up here. So the imparfait, we have a T. Plus que parfait, j'avais senti, so just TI. Alright. So in case we need to have a look again. Let's read the 3 sentences. Je me suis aperçue que j'avais perdu ma montre, probablement devant le cinéma, et j'ai commencé à la chercher sans la trouver. Comme tout le monde, depuis 5 minutes, quelqu'un avait dû la prendre. Number 2, j'avais perdu ma montre devant le cinéma et j'ai commencé à la chercher, mais juste à ce moment-là, les gens m'ont bousculé et je ne l'ai pas trouvée. Number 3, j'avais perdu ma montre devant le cinéma. J'ai commencé à la chercher, mais comme c'était la sortie de la séance, les gens me bousculaient. Je l'ai cherché longtemps, je ne l'ai pas retrouvée. So this person lost their watch in front of the cinema exit and couldn't find it anymore. So the first one, j'ai commencé à la chercher. They started looking for it. And I think it says everyone else had exited 5 minutes earlier, so someone must have taken it. I think that makes the most sense. They were in front of the cinema, standing around a bit, and then noticing that they lost it. Comme tout le monde. Oh, I'm not sure if tout le monde would use singular or plural. I think singular, so tout le monde avait sorti. I hope that's right. The second one would be, j'ai commencé à la chercher, mais juste à ce moment-là, les gens, okay, just in that moment when this person started looking, everyone else exited the cinema. So, les gens ont sorti. In that moment, they started coming out. And the third one, j'ai commencé à la chercher, mais comme c'était la sortie de la séance, les gens me bousculaient. So we have a hint here because this is in the imparfait. And I think it just means they were standing in front of the exit while everyone was coming out at the end of the film. So les gens sortaient. Then we have D, oublier, to forget. Je vous avais invité à venir dîner hier. On vous a entendu, mais on ne vous a pas vu. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? They forgot. Tu te rappelles la soirée qu'on devait passer chez les Dupont? Celle où on n'est pas allé? Oh là là, quelle histoire! Tu crois qu'ils nous ont pardonné? On est invité chez les Dupont la semaine prochaine. Marque-le dans ton agenda, sinon on va encore oublier. Pas la haine. L'an dernier, j'ai tout. Mais cette année, je fais attention sur tout avec eux. So, a couple's invited to have dinner with the family called Dupont, and they forgot. Oh no. So the first one, the Dupont, speak to them. We invited you for dinner yesterday. What happened? And the answer is, on a oublié. So that's not good. Then the second one, the couple is thinking back of that evening. And they're saying, oh, what a story. On avait oublié. Ça passé composé. On avait oublié. And three, l'an dernier, last year, I was forgetting everything, so all year round probably. But this year, they're paying attention. So, j'oubliais with an S at the end, for the ending. Okay, then E, we have ouvrir, open. I'm going to look up the form again just to make sure. I don't really like these verbs on IR and RE. I feel like I have to repeat them all the time. So maybe that's some good exercise for you too. Easier for you to remember if you're watching me struggle here. Ouvrez, ouvrir, 42. There we go. So we have here ouvrir, just like couvrir. The imperfect would be ouvrez, VR, and the passé composé would be ouvert. Okay, at least it sounds familiar. I feel like there's something. There we are. Le 31 décembre, nous avons préparé un repas de fête. Nous avions presque fini et nous, les 8, quand l'un de nous s'est aperçu que nous manquions de pain. Quand il est arrivé, la boulangerie, elle fermait. Il était encore tôt, mais la boulangère lui a expliqué. Vous comprenez, monsieur, nous, pour le 24 décembre, alors aujourd'hui, nous faisons la fête. Pendant ce temps, nous étions drôlement excités de l'une des vitres que nous venions de trouver une perle. So it's New Year's Eve, there's a little party, and they're opening the oysters when they realize there's no bread. So one of them goes to the bakery, but the bakery is already closing. And in the meantime, in one of the oysters, they find a pearl. So that must be good luck for the following year. Alright, number 1. Nous avions presque fini et nous... I don't know why it says we were almost finished. But I think they were in the middle of opening the oysters. No, I think it says they opened the oysters et nous Nous avons ouvert. And then the second one would be no, I think it's the other way around. So they were in the middle of opening the oysters. Nous ouvrions le vitre, and the baker says we opened on the 24th of December. So nous avons ouvert. That makes more sense. And the third one then is one of the oysters that we had opened, which would be que nous avions ouvert. Okay. And then we have se coucher, to go to sleep. Vendredi, nous étions assez fatigués. C'est normal, c'était une rude période de travail et nous, généralement assez tard. Samedi matin au bureau, nous étions dans un triste état car nous, très tard vendredi soir. Samedi soir, au lieu d'aller au restaurant, nous, à 8 heures pour essayer de rattraper le sommeil perdu. So here's a group of people who have had quite a hard week at work and they went to bed really late. So Saturday morning at the office they were really quite tired, and some in the evening on Saturday they didn't go to the restaurant, they would rather go to bed to catch up on some sleep. Okay, so vendredi nous étions fatigués. C'est une rude période au travail et nous so this is for the whole week. Nous couchions, imparfait. Number 2, we are in the office Sunday morning. Everyone was tired because they got to bed very late the evening prior. So we even need être because it's with se. Nous étions couchés, and we need an S because it's plural. Okay, number 3 then is samedi soir, so we're here Saturday evening. We went to bed. Nous nous sommes couchés. Oh, sorry, so we need another. Nous nous sommes couchés and nous nous étions couchés. Okay, so not that simple. And finally, for the last one, we have ce soir. To sit down, I definitely need to look that one up. I think it's probably under S. Let's see. No. There we go, ce soir. 5960. Two different ones. I think I need this one. So the imperfect would be assoyer. Passé composé, j'ai assis, j'avais assis. I only remembered the imperative from my French teacher who always graded us with this one here, asseyez-vous. So I guess I use this version because I remember asseyez. So we have imperfect asseyez. Right, this is easier to remember for me. J'ai assis, j'avais assis with two S and an S at the end. Okay, let's read the final three sentences. Hier soir, ils étaient un peu tristes quand ils sont arrivés dans la boîte de nuit et ils n'ont pas dansé. Ils s'étaient installés au fond à leur table habituelle. Ils adoraient le rituel et ils toujours là. Mais hier soir, le garçon est venu leur demander de se déplacer car, sans le savoir, il a une table réservée par quelqu'un d'autre. Incroyable, non? Ils étaient très fâchés. Okay, so I think these are three sentences that are not connected, or at least the first one isn't. It just says they were sad yesterday, and when they arrived at the nightclub, they sat down and they didn't dance. So, quand ils sont arrivés dans la boîte de nuit, ils se sont assis. Yes, ils se sont assis. Et ils n'ont pas dansé. Ils s'étaient installés au fond à leur table habituelle. C'était le rituel et so they always sat at the same table. It was a ritual they adored. And they always sat down there. Ils s'asseyaient. And three, by yesterday they were asked to sit somewhere else because the table was booked. And they were quite angry. So, ils s'étaient assis. Can that be correct? Plus que parfait. Okay, we're going to have to check in the other book. I hope so. All right. Oops. Okay, so we have sortir. Tout le monde. Sortir is with être, of course. Était sorti. Les gens sont sortis with an S. And sortir, this one is correct. So sortir plus être. That's important to remember. Then oublier, on a oublié. On avait oublié and j'oubliais. So, okay, incorrect. Ouvrir, nous ouvrions. Nous avons ouvert. And nous avions, this one's a little different, ouverte. Okay, se coucher. Nous nous couchions. Nous nous étions couchés with an S. And nous nous sommes couchés, again with an S. And ce soir, ils se sont assis, ils s'asseyaient, and ils s'étaient assis. Okay, so second page is looking a little better than the first. This one is something I definitely should know. So I think that's why it's very good to just keep repeating things, especially with grammar, with these irregular verbs. It just takes practice, especially now that I don't use French as often as I used to. But I'm glad that you're all joining me in this practice. It's a lot more fun this way. Okay, so here are my pens. Didn't need this one today. And my books. Alright, so again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this with me, practicing some French. And I hope I'll see you again soon.